She is not only my favorite spiritual teacher, but the most impressive and inspiring human I know of, period. Her entire life has been dedicated, quite effectively, to alleviating the pain of the poor, and those suffering physically and emotionally. She has done more good with fewer starting resources than anyone else I've ever heard of in history. She is an almost entirely uneducated, poor fisher girl from a remote part of rural South India who, through her own will, wit, and inner qualities, has built an international humanitarian empire that's vastly improved the lives of tens of millions of poor people, and is also strongly addressing climate change. I think she is the most heroic person I've ever known, and the greatest leader on our planet. She taught me to cultivate love and compassion toward all beings. Her spiritual wisdom is unmatched by anyone I've known. As a Hindu, I am proud that she is one of India's foremost spiritual leaders, and one of the foremost popular gurus in Hinduism today. She is the ultimate exemplar of her own teachings. She initiated me into a meditation technique that fills my consciousness with deep joy and fulfillment every day. Her heartfelt devotional songs fill me with thrilling rushes of energy, and have directly inspired the highest peaks of spiritual ecstasy I've ever experienced, plus their depth and wisdom are to me the purest scriptures. Her very presence is the most healing thing I've known. My spiritual practice, my worldview and understanding of the universe, my moral values, my sense of my own dharma in life, all this I owe to her. Jagadguru Sri Kripalu Ji Maharaj. His birth was itself a prelude to what was to come after. He was born on the holy night of Sharad Purnima, the sacred night when Sri Krishna conducted Maha Ras, the penultimate spiritual activity in existence, in 1922. He was anointed as the fifth original Jagadguru, spiritual master of the universe, in the last 5,000 years. He delivered an astounding lecture in the presence of 500 wizened scholars, who were the ultimate guardians and scholastic authority of Hinduism, of Kashi Vidvat Parishad. The divine personifications of the eternal scriptures led by Vedas had once assembled in the room of Kripalu, urging him to manifest the secrets and the real import of the Ved to the general public. The first step towards this goal was to secure the title of Jagadguru. Before going for the debate in Kashi, the then simple devotee, Kripalu, had assured his followers that he was going to return as Jagadguru and asked them to make preparations for celebrations. What began as a lecture in Hindi, to the ridicule of all the Vedic scholars present, progressively advanced into the realm of the highest Vedic Sanskrit which most of the scholars couldn't even follow. Soon began the tireless divine work of Sri Maharaji, as he is lovingly called. He composed tens of thousands of couplets, 1,008 padas ornate poems, and tons of other literature in the praise of Sri Radha Krishna. Today, this literature is the subject of numerable theses for PhD. Sri Maharaji has made the holy name of Raseshwari, the controller lady of the aforementioned Maha Rasa, Sri Radha, reverberate across the pious circles of this world. No one has presented Radha's supremacy in such a forceful manner before. His work towards refuting Advaitvad, and reinforcing Lord Chaitanya's Achintya Bhedabhed, is amazing. The glory of his Sankirtan, singing the Lord's holy names in a group, is legendary. If a man or woman's mind was pure, they would crash to the ground like a tree struck by lightning simply by hearing his Har Ram Kirtan. Episodes of entire groups of devotees lying unconscious on the ground, wailing like madmen, and running in divine ecstatic grief, in his company are recounted by the older Satsangis, followers who devote their lives to the company and instruction of a saint. Even a simple audio recording of a pada describing the beauty of Sri Krishna contains ecstatic shrieks of people who cannot contain their bhao, ecstatic devotional sentiment towards God. He is the figure in whose person all the Ashtasattvic bhao, the 8 divine signs, culminated. He is the personal guardian of every one of his disciples, and their heart and soul. I feel his presence with me whenever I remember him, as though he is seated within my heart. He reformed an arrogant yogi possessing all 8 siddhis, supernatural powers, and he confiscated the harmful powers of a tantric woman, who used them for harming others. He established Prem Mandir, Mandir means temple, and Bhakti Mandir, both of which are completely capable of granting the rarest gift of Krishna Prema, eternal divine love for Sri Krishna, to the eligible soul. Everyone who is someone in the spiritual world is forcibly attracted to Prem Mandir today. The artisans who worked on the art of the temple disappeared after having completed it, indicating that they descended from the divine world. My favorite teacher of guided meditation is Zen master and Theravada scholar monk Thich Nhat Hanh. His books and recordings are available through Parallax Press, www.parallax.org. I choose him for these reasons. He is the person who chose the word mindfulness to introduce the English-speaking world to Buddhist meditation. He introduced gathas, breath poems from the Zen and Pure Land and Theravadan traditions into the West as a method of guided meditation on the breath. He teaches the full Buddha Dharma in guided meditation. In Theravadan tradition, his guidance is extremely meticulous. He offers guided meditations for physical healing, for relaxation, for psychological healing, for the prevention of illness, and for growth in understanding, wisdom, and love. He offers guided meditations for healing ourselves, loved ones, all people, and the entire world. Equally importantly, he lived everything he taught. He gave healing retreats to soldiers who came and killed people in his country. He did not care what anyone had done, or what anyone had been through. He offered love and healing fully to all.